I got this for Mother's Day this year.
Awesome.
Well, it's a bit of a walk into camp, but here we are at good old 94. And April tells me that we are on a ledge, which kind of makes sense since this is called Ledges State Park. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. Hopefully my wagon doesn't roll down the hill. Oh, yeah, this is pretty. We got some intel from the last campers. The raccoons here are not afraid of people. They said that they were sitting by, I have to show you this. They were sitting by this campfire ring last night, and they had their bag of chips on that picnic table, and they stole them. So we're gonna have to probably keep our food in the car tonight if it's not hanging or in a cooler. So I have always been a huge proponent of the teepee campfire building technique, and today I decided to try the log cabin, and man, this thing went up so fast and it's just roaring. So I think I'm officially converted to the log cabin. Ooh, we're getting ready to make our dinner. Tonight we're having black bean and chicken quesadillas and the pie irons, and tomorrow night we're having pizza. So as soon as the sun went down, we had raccoons in our camp, and we heard that they are very active around here. So I hung some of my stuff in my almighty Ursack, and then we built this. We're hoping that this will keep the raccoons out of our coolers tonight. We have 2 coolers, a box of stuff, and then a bunch of wood on top up against the picnic table. So we'll see how that goes. We're really hoping that it keeps them out of there. Darn raccoons, not gonna mess with us tonight. Stay away. Look at that. It's a big fat stick bug that looks like, oh, what? Oh wow, I've never seen anything quite like that. It's kind of a fat stick. That's a well-fed stick bug. Oof. The raccoons are still fighting out there. Well, we just had a nice little lunch at the picnic area, and now we're getting ready to see the ledges, and this is just a little preview of the creek area. So we are walking on the trail up the canyon. We didn't get a very good picture of the canyon because this place is crowded. I didn't really do a lot of research on this park before we came, and apparently this is the place you go in Iowa when you want to see the leaves changing colors. And so there is a steady stream of traffic, a parade of cars that are all coming down to view the leaves changing colors. And I actually have my mask on right now because there are so many people here. I had been trying not to record people in case they don't want to be in this video, but this is actually really cool and really pretty, but it's also very crowded. Well, this is kind of fun. This is the first time I've really been able to use my shoes for what they were designed for. These Astrals have little holes, I don't know if you can see, little holes in the toes, so that they're truly water shoes, and you can just drain the water out the front. So it feels kind of good on the feet to cool them off. a little fish. Super busy. Well, I think we have seen enough of the ledges. I'm really glad to see that families are out and about enjoying the outdoors. I find our campsite a lot more relaxing. It's hard to let your guard down. And so I think we're gonna head back. But this was really, really pretty. Check those ledges out. We found the people. We found them.
Oh my
There they are.
word.
And then there's another parking lot here.
Oh.
We came in from a route that didn't have a lot of parking lots or a lot of people, and so we couldn't figure out like where all these people were coming from. And yeah, we underestimated the popularity of this park. There are I think we've counted at least 4 or 5 parking lots so far, maybe more, and people parking on the road, and it's a lot, either driving through or walking or parking. Well, this place is hopping. It's like Disneyland. Oh, we were just saying how relaxing it is to be back home at the hiking campsite. So just outside of our campsite is this really cool old remnant of like a homestead or house with the fireplace still here. Look at that. We were just sitting here talking about what this must have looked like with the foundation and the little root cellar, and that looks like maybe a little water tank. I'm not sure what that is, but it's a lot more peaceful out here. As we were kind of grumbling a little earlier, the area near our campsite is completely different than the energy of the ledges. It's really nice to have some peace and quiet, and I was actually so tired that I came back and took a nap because it was a lot. So it's really nice to be out here. I'm gonna see what's at the edge of this trail. I just saw 2 deer run past me out here. They're still down there. I don't know if you can, well, you probably can't see them, but they're looking at me right now. What a beautiful afternoon. We're getting ready to make campfire pizzas tonight, and looking forward to another quiet evening at camp. Well, tonight I built another log cabin, and we're gonna see if we can start a 1-match fire. I don't know, it's smoldering a little. Well, that ended up being a 1-match fire, and now we've got a nice bed of coals, and we are making campfire pizzas and our little cast iron pie iron. So we'll show you what those look like next. But last night we had chicken black bean quesadillas that were delicious. Check that out.
Little burn.
Oh, that looks so good. Pepperoni pizza with, what do you call this stuff? Like flat dough. I don't know, but I'm gonna eat it. Yeah. Well, we're all packed up at, well, let's see, 9:30, and beautiful fall morning. The weather's great. Look at this, like, got the wagon all set up, and campsite is restored back to the way it looked when we got here. And we're gonna drop everything. It actually looks better. We left it better than we found it. No raccoons last night. We all slept great, and we're gonna go check out. We're gonna drop our stuff off at the car and then check out one last trail. We didn't do a lot of hiking at this park, but we really enjoyed the quiet and the peace of these hiking campsites. They were really great. Every time we ventured out, though, we just met droves of people, and we were talking about how it's so great to see families out and about, but it's not the same experience when you're having to worry about wearing a mask and how close you are to people and where you're putting your feet, and just it was kind of exhausting yesterday. So we're looking forward to checking out. There's a little extended trail past the hiking sites that we're just gonna hit right before our long drive home. And April's getting all buckled up, and we're getting ready to walk to the car. Enjoy this beautiful fall scenery.
Funny, now we're walking with our carts.
I know, right? I think it's genius. Look at this. We hit the sweet spot between car camping and backpacking. These sites are really great, and it was actually nice to have fresh food. I never bring a cooler on campouts, hardly ever. And it was really, really kind of nice to have a good chair, a cooler. I didn't even bring my backpacking backpack. I just put everything in a tote, and that felt pretty good. Oh look, there's a Boy Scout troop. Look out.
Here last time?
I didn't. I came about to the top of the hill, and then I was like, whoa, April's got to see this. And we're, I think, just to the creek on this nice little trail. It was a very pleasant hike and a great way to end our trip. Well, we made it to the creek. This is so pretty and serene. Oh, this is way better than where we were yesterday. Beautiful, clear, running water. We decided to wrap up our video here at what we think is the prettiest part of this whole park. This little trail down to the creek past campsite 94 was absolutely delightful. Traditionally we do like a thorns and roses, so I asked April if she would like to help me with maybe starting with a thorn. What's your thorn?
The raccoons, the vicious raccoons.
They were intense. Actually,
Yeah.
they were just more like sneaky and brave. They didn't get anything from our campsite, so they didn't bother us. But the people that were there before us got like ransacked, like pretty bad. So yeah, the raccoons were really active. My thorn was, I mentioned it before, but the ledges, the feature of the park, we weren't really totally able to enjoy it and let our guard down just because it was hard to watch your footing and where you're going, and then also the crowd of people, and just I felt like I had to be really aware of a lot instead of really relaxed. So that was my thorn, was I didn't really fully enjoy the main feature of the park just because of the crowds. Everybody else was enjoying it. What about your rose?
My rose was, of course, seeing Jen.
That was my rose too. Definitely. It was really great. This park was a good midpoint meetup spot for us. So definitely a great park, but not on our radar. We'd never heard of it before. So that was my rose as well. And I would say I had another rose. We both agreed too. This little trail here, like ending with this beautiful fall scene, was really a perfect way to end this hike. And then a bud. Do you have a bud?
Yeah, they need raccoon boxes and maybe pit toilets for the walking campers.
I agree 100%. It would be so great to be able. I brought my Ursack, which worked, and then we built like this shelter around our coolers with my wagon, and we had no raccoon problems. But it would probably be good to curb the raccoon problem if this park had some bear boxes or raccoon boxes. And then the pit toilets. Yeah, we either had to find a way to use nature as our bathroom or hike quite a ways to toilets. So yeah, a pit toilet near the hiking sites would definitely be appreciated. But overall, I would say this was a really pretty park, even with the considerations of COVID. We felt like our campsite was, I think that was one of my roses, was that our campsite felt really remote. It was about a third of a mile walk in, I think. It was like a cart-in site, except there were no carts. So we found that it was like the perfect blend of backpacking and car camping. We were glad to have our little trolleys with us to haul all of our extra gear, but it was super relaxing with the exception of the jaunt into the ledges. We just had a very relaxing time at this park. So check it out if you're looking for a state park in Iowa. This is beautiful in the fall, and definitely check out the hiking sites. Happy trails!